SCADA system where all the emissions are digitally monitored, and that data is transferred real time to the pollution control board. So whatever the emission happened, real time the pollution control board know how much emissions are happening. That kind of on-time, real-time monitoring happens. Most of the fire incidents also happen because of the electric short circuiting. That is also, if we analyze, the electric short circuiting is a major cause of fire. There are lots of fire independent consultants. They take the certificate from them and give to us. But in spite of this thing, sometimes there are wrong connections, there is some loose insulation, sometimes these incidents happen. Yeah.
Hello everyone, today we have the CEO of MIDC, Mr. P. Velarasu. Sir, first welcome to FPJ.
Thank you.
So today we will not just speak about the technicalities of what the industrial development is there in Maharashtra, but today we will speak about a simple thing like say air pollution, which has been spoken all around today. So how does this, and there have been many instances where people have, especially from people staying in the industrial belt, they have been speaking about the air pollution hazards to their health and everything. So how do how does MIDC ensure that the environmental compliance and sustainability is given to these people?
No, the quality of life is very important. For that, pollution has to be either non-existent or it has to be kept at a minimal level. So to achieve this end, for different kind of industries, we have different categories like red, orange and white categories. So different categories we have pollution norms, how much we can allow them to emit gases or emit sewerage, those kind of things. These norms are given by the Government of India as well as the Government of Maharashtra, and the enforcing agency is the Pollution Control Board. And while giving permissions, we say that these conditions have to be fulfilled, and randomly we check also. And these emissions we try to keep them within the limits. This is how we try to achieve the balance of both economic development as well as keeping pollution within control.
But when people are complaining about it, so how do you address that?
See, Maharashtra, these industrial estates are very well planned. Most of the location, if you see, these industrial estates are not very close to the highly dense populations. So if the industrial estates are kept very close to the highly dense populations, then we don't allow the highly polluting industry like red industries there. So this is how, what kind of industries are allowed close to the habitation, that is important. And if it is red, highly polluting industry, then we try to keep them away from the human habitations. So they will not be located close to the human habitations.
Could you explain the red industry and the other industries that?
Yeah, the red industries, for example, steel manufacturing, that is a red industry because there is a lot of heat, there is a lot of melting and other things. Chemicals, for example, pesticide, herbicides, manufacturing. Many times these chemical manufacturing like medicines, these are all red category. There is a lot of processing involved. So we don't allow these kind of industries to be co-located with the residences. So that will not be kept. So, but the other orange category industries and then the white category industries, they are not that polluting in nature. With the visual intervention, we can keep the pollution under check. Those kind of industries are kept closer to the human habitation. This is how we manage it.
But how do you measure these pollutants? Like, do you give the report to the pollution board? How does the whole process work?
Yeah, so wherever we know where all the red category type of industries, the pollution emissions there is a SCADA system where all the emissions are digitally monitored, and that data is transferred real time to the pollution control board. So whatever the emission happened, real time the pollution control board know how much emissions are happening. That kind of on-time, real-time monitoring happens.
Right. And the second biggest concern is fire safety. I think in the last, say, 15 days, we've had fires, say, in Andheri. Today, we saw a fire in Pune, MIDC. So what are the measures that you've been taking? Any safety measures for the workers, the residents around?
We have a MIDC in Maharashtra. It has a very good fire department. So whenever we give permissions to set up any industry, we give lot of instructions to be followed. But in spite of whatever the instructions, it is seen that sometimes the incidents happen, fire incidents happen. So it is not, there are two parts. One is the construction norms which most of the industries comply because the checking happens. If there are any deviations, we issue the notices, we ask them to comply. But sometimes the fire also happens not because of the construction deviations, but because of the process problems. Suppose the compressor is heated beyond the capacity, it bursts, then it creates accidents. Many times, if you Tarapur, you see these kind of incidents happen. Dombili is also, if the heating happens beyond a limit, the chemical factors mostly, the incident happen. These are process-oriented accidents, fire accidents. That the management and the industries, they have to be careful and the protocols have to be properly followed. Then another thing happens is most of the fire incidents also happen because of the electric short circuiting. That is also, if you we analyze, the electric short circuiting is a major cause of fire. So after certain years, the wires have to be changed, the insulation has to be changed. If the people don't do that, we ask them to do it. If they don't do it, sometimes the short circuiting happens, then big fire incidents happen. This is how.
Is there someone who tracks all these, that these changes are made or not made during a certain period of time?
Yeah, we ask the industries to, because we are doing ease of doing business, so we ask the industries to self-certify. So they are supposed to carry out these works, and they are supposed to take there are lots of fire independent consultants. They are take the certificate from them and give to us. But in spite of best things, sometimes there are wrong connection. There is some loose insulation. Sometimes these incidents happen. Yeah.
The next question after this is there are the land acquisition challenges that have been faced. I mean, there are people from, say, Karjat and Jamkhed currently. We just reported that they have been, apparently the lands have been acquired from them forcefully, and they have been protesting about it. So, what's your take on that?
See, land acquisition, we always follow the due procedure established by law. Meaning, what we do is, there is a procedure. So, whenever we need a land for industrial purposes, under the Maharashtra Industrial Development Act, we have the power to declare it by notification. We say we want this land for creating the industry, right? The industries are important because people need employment. There is a powerhouse of economy. The GDP has to be created. So we declare. Sometimes what happens is the people, they don't want to part with the land, or maybe they want higher compensations. So many times we try to do it normally. Most 90% of our land acquisition happens very smoothly. People give voluntarily. But several cases, people, they don't want to part with the land. Government has the power to take the land by another compulsory acquisition. So government has the right to take the land. Only thing is, you will be compensated for your loss. That is a settled law accordingly. But that cases are very rare.
Okay.
So,
So, are there any rehabilitation or compensation that ensure the development is balanced with the local rights and concerns?
yeah. So when we take the land, so the amount we give is 4 times the market value in case of irrigated land. If the farmer, they are irrigating it proper, means with proper water, we give 4 times. If it is a dry land, we give 2 times. Not only that, because the development, the fruits of development has to reach the original sense of the soil also. What we do is, whenever we do land acquisition, we always keep 15% of the developed plot area to be redistributed to those farmers, so that they can set up their small units of industry and other things, they can develop it. So we have a policy for that.
Also, coming to Maharashtra's status as an economic powerhouse, there remains a stark disparity between industrial development between regions like Mumbai, Pune, Nashik, and the areas such as Marathwada and Vidarbha. So, what is MIDC doing to bridge this gap?
This is a very valid point. So the political thought process on this is, always the political leadership, like our CM Fadnavis, we always wanted the balanced development. The government is very clear about it. So what we have done, even today, if you see, we are doing land acquisition in Pune, okay, but we are doing only 2,000 acres. But in Nagpur, we are doing 20,000 acres. If in Sambhajinagar, we are doing 2,000 acres in close to Sambhajinagar. But in Marathwada region, other places also, we are developed industrial estates. And we place different clusters in different locations based on the local suitability. What I mean by local suitability is, you need the skilled human resources also for certain kind of industries. So, for example, Pune, it is a main IT hub because the skills required for running an IT industry, that is concentrated in Pune. So automatically people select Pune for IT industries. But if you want a defense corridor, that is in Amaravati. If you want a textile park, we have set up in Amaravati. The PM Mitra Park, it is in Amaravati. In Sambhaji Nagar, we have kept the Aurik, Bidkin and all, which is in Marathwada. We have the huge industries presence there, and we are acquiring land more. So government is clear, we want to spread this development equally all across the state. So our industrial is out of 300 estates, if you map them and see, our industrial estates are fairly distributed all across the state, including Bid, Usmanabad. So all these districts definitely have MIDC industrial estates.
Which are the other industrial estates we are looking forward to? Which industries are being set up? What is the future plan like?
So currently we are in the process of acquiring about 35,000 acres of land. Okay. So here in Konkan region, we want to do more of a data center parks, artificial intelligence parks, aerospace and defense parks. We are planning to do a 2,500 acre pharmaceutical park. So these parks are, we are focusing to place them in the Konkan region. If you see Nagpur, like I told, we want to develop it as a metallurgical hub. We want to create lots of steel industry. So the Nagpur, that Chandrapur, Gadchiroli triangle, it in future, near future, it will be known as the steel capital of India, thanks to the efforts made by the CM, Mr. P. So we have declared more than 25,000 acres of land there for developing these kind of industries, including Butibori. A defense corridor is also planned nearby Nagpur, right? And then the lithium batteries production, it is going to happen in Nagpur. Okay. So there is a lot of industries placed in Nagpur. Amravati, we have the textile park, and we have already a old textile park. There is a new PM Mitra textile park in Amravati. There is a defense corridor coming up in Amravati. And Nasik region, if you see, it is more of a food processing and a regular mixed development. So in future, we want to develop all these kind of things all across Maharashtra.
You just spoke about AI Park, which is the next big thing in the world now,
Correct.
AI. So, what can you throw some light on it? What kind of industries will be there?
We are leaders in data centers. So we are almost 52% of data center capacity is located in Mumbai, nearby Mumbai. So, but beyond data center, then we have the artificial intelligence, which is the commonly gaining traction subject is artificial intelligence now. So we want to create a artificial intelligence park where the futuristic technologies can be tested, adapted and run from these parks. And we want to give this park and a very competitive way to the companies. There are already companies showing interest and we will disclose when the time comes.
Maharashtra has spoken confidently about the $1 trillion economy vision.
Right.
But with the current economic environment, including the rupees depreciation around rupees 90 today. So do we need to revisit these targets, or how does MIDC plan to navigate through macroeconomic challenges?
Right. So our ambition is to become a $1 trillion economy in 2030. That is the objective of the state government. That is what the Niti Aayog also is very confident of. So in Maharashtra, we are trying to achieve it through multiple efforts. There are more than 7-8 sectors identified. MIDC industry is one of the sectors. There is a urban development department. There is a MMRD. So there are 7-8 sectors identified for that. Each sector they are given sub targets to develop. So if everything work together, then we will reach close to 1.25 trillion economy in 2030. Right. So that is how it is. A detailed planning is being done, and each department is given this target. So every department is working towards that target. Our job is to achieve that 1 trillion economy. We are creating huge new industrial parks. So Pune, we are going to create another 2,500 acre new industrial park. In Konkan, I like it. Kalapur, we are developing a 1,000 acre park. Nagpur, I already told you, we are creating a 20,000 acre new park. So all these parks, once populated with the new industries, they are going to greatly add GDP as well as employment. So that will be part of our contribution towards that 1 trillion economy.
Right. Also, the state had just launched the MILAAP portal.
Yeah.
Could you just explain how do a common man go there? How do you register there? How do you go about it?
So MILAAP portal is part of the MIDC website. We are Honorable CM has recently launched it. This is simple. We have more than 3,000 industrial parks all across Maharashtra. All the available land is digitized and uploaded in the website, our website. So anybody wanting to invest anywhere and interested in getting land anywhere in Maharashtra, they can go to this MILAAP portal. They can select different estates, then look for wherever the land is available, because they are different color coded. The green color means the land is available for allotment. So they can choose, they can see the price, whether it is fitting their budget. Then they can make informed choices and apply for it online. So the allocation process is also 100% online.
Has it become more simpler than what it was before?
It is simpler because earlier there used to be the physical copies and the huge documents need to be submitted. Now we have made the process much simpler and it's all digital. The only complicated, it is not complicated, only the multi-page document will be the detailed project report. That is a report where this applicant has to say what kind of industry he intend to put up.
Right. Also, the last question for the
Yeah.
day, sir. So, where do you see Maharashtra or even Mumbai in the next 20, 30 years? Be it infrastructurally, industrially, however, like.
See, the Mumbai metropolitan region, it will get into a great shape in another 7 years. So the tipping point will be, I would say, 2031, 32, because all your coastal road will be done. All this cross tunnel work will be done. Most of the metro lines will be
Right.
completed. So in the Mumbai metropolitan region, I would say by 2032, there will be a huge new developed region we will see. Rest of the Maharashtra also, already the Samruddhi corridor government has done it. Now there is going to be Shakti Peeth corridor, which we are planning to do, which will be done in another 5 to 7 years by MSRDC. Then coastal road also from Mumbai to Goa, we are going to have totally a coastal road.
Right.
And apart from this, state PWD is trying to do maximum roads possible using the HAM model, hybrid annuity model. So the quality of infrastructure will go up tremendously. And in another 7 to 10 years, the infrastructure status in Maharashtra will go up tremendously.
Right.
And there will be a lot of new airports like the Navi Mumbai
Right,
airport.
right.
There will be a lot of new seaports like this Digi seaport, like the Vadhavan seaport. So the public sector infrastructure, it will reach great heights.
Right.
What has to keep pace is the housing issues.
Right.
Housing issues, we have to very proactively work on that, at least in the high density areas like Mumbai and Pune, where there are still informal settlements there in huge numbers. We have to work on that. It might take more time to resolve those issues.
Right.
Housing will take more time to resolve. But other common infrastructure issues, I think within another 7 to 10 years, will reach greater heights.
So, will Mumbaikars, get free of dug up roads and the everyday hassles that we have traveling from home to work to home?
Yeah, so imagine you now. What do you feel about the coastal road, which is already operational? You
It's
feel
very
good?
convenient,
Fantastic.
yes.
So imagine the same kind of coastal road is there till Mira Bhayandar, and it is also connected to Thane.
Right.
And imagine that kind of tunnel is crossing and connecting Mulund to Goregaon. So these all things will happen in another 7 years.
Right.
Right. Today, Honorable CM and other people did Bhumi Pujan for this Orange
The
Gate
orange-
tunnel.
yes, orange
So
tunnel.
that will be completed in 7 years. So once that is done, whatever the Pidimalo road, whatever traffic jam you see, it will vanish.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying in another 10 years, things are going to drastically change in terms of common infrastructure. The metros will run. Now the metros we travel, it is a fantastic experience.
Right.
Imagine 4 times more metro lines are operational.
Right.
So the life is going to be much easier after 10 years. But my only concern will be the housing issues. It might not resolve itself within another 10 years. It might take more time.
Could you explain more about the housing
Yeah, more about the
issues?
redevelopment, when to vacate, how to vacate,
Right,
that kind of.
right.
It is a kind of slow process now.
Right.
That is one thing we have to focus on. Otherwise, the Mumbai city per se, I think it will come into very great shape after 7 to 8 years.
Right.
Yeah, and I hope to live in Mumbai forever. Yeah.
So thank you so much, sir, for being with us today and for your delightful insights. Thank you so much.
Thank you.